Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Emmanuelle movies, we're going to watch Emmanuelle's Revenge, not to be confused with the other movie I have called Emmanuelle's Revenge, which I've already reviewed also. Let's check it out.
In the sacred mountains of Tibet, Emmanuelle was chosen to become the incarnation of all women.
They're talking about a woman named Shalimar, or something like that.
Whatever happened to her? I remember at one time they had a front page on her in every magazine and paper. She disappeared under such strange circumstances.
So this is Chalamet. She's in a bar.
You're the best guide I've had in these mountains, and there'll always be a place in my heart for you. Yes.
When time will come, there will also be a place for you in these mountains. Swear.
Right. Now, what's the stakes?
If you lose, you give me 1 pound of diamonds. If you win, you can have me, you and your brother, here, right now.
That's one hell of a hand of poker. Well, Chalamet loses, and the next thing you know, they're going to take turns with her right there on the table in the diner. And I can't show you any of it.
It is just you and I. And anyway,
Chalamet met some woman guy, or some guy named
What
Steven.
kind of moment is this?
A special one. I hope you like the set.
I guess it's just to impress me. Your boss is throwing a tantrum.
James, show this woman out of my studio.
Things go sour.
Show me the way.
And you're fired. You do not belong in my movie. You do not belong in my ad agency.
Well, James is trying to lead her out. They end up going to the kitchen.
Find something to eat.
And then everything you can imagine that could happen between James and Chalamet occurs.
Yeah.
The hair of the sun without port wine.
Or an ad agency without clients.
Chalamet was filming a movie or something, and this scene turned very erotic, involving all 4 of those patrons you see there. But I can't show you any of that because it gets pretty nudie.
So, how is Salome?
Fine, she told me you need some lessons.
Lessons? What kind of lessons?
They're watching some movie on the plane now.
The magic of motion pictures.
Magic it is.
The wonderful actors. Weren't they married in real life?
Yes, they did. That's it.
Apparently Emmanuelle knows the people in the movie.
Why do you ask?
I'll tell you later. So tell me, what happened during the shooting?
Reality was not at all like on the screen. Almost the opposite, if you see what I mean. I became very close friends, as we met each other very often on TV sets.
Now there's Marcella Wallerstein again as Emmanuelle.
That you're here. You know, now I'm sure that Lucas is gay. Otherwise, why would he be so rude with me? I'm not disgusting after all.
Later on.
I've got an idea. This is what we're going to do. We're going to set up a trap for Lucas.
Sure?
Mexico is such a beautiful, such a magical city. The biggest of the world. Probably the second one for love after Venice. Anyway, the first one for entertainment. Judith had secretly reserved a room in the same hotel as Lucas.
So if I'm following the plot here, I believe she's luring him in, but she's dressed as a man. She has some oranges stuffed in her panties, so she has a bulge. The oranges come tumbling out. He realizes he loves her, because whoever she is, male or female.
Your question.
Then Mario decides to tell his own story about when he was in World War II.
To fall in love with a voice.
Voice.
Apparently he was
What
a
kind of voice?
spy for the good guys.
Voice of love. You see, it was 1944. I was shot down, captured. I escaped.
Sorry, darling. They're sending me off to Washington.
He's married at the time.
Wonderful news indeed. May I help you pack?
They have one more go at it before he's off. Once he arrives wherever he is, he calls his
Then
wife.
you go back to London, and if all goes well, let's just say that we'll be spending the weekend together.
Are you going to see her again? I mean, you are a dashing young French officer.
Darling, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You are the only one for me. Hello, operator?
I guess she can't say the same about him.
I have a bit of a problem.
He ends up talking to the switchboard operator for a while, who of course is hot,
You could help us.
and he falls
Oh,
for
yes,
her.
of course. Just let me know what I can do.
Hold on, please.
That the so-called fishing boat was carrying a top-secret agent. And the accident with the U-boat warned the Yanks that their coastline wasn't above possible damage.
And Mary?
Well, she came back on the line, all smiley and cheery, if you could see a smile on the telephone line.
Things start to get hot and heavy between them.
Sir. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think the line just went dead.
I see. Was that my wife?
I don't know, sir. I don't think so.
As a matter of fact, I was looking forward to your call.
You were?
Yes, I've become fond
Found a...
of your voice. Your
She asks him to start speaking to him in French, and he does. And she gets really turned on by it, because why not?
Did you know what you were doing? I mean, the both of you.
I knew what I was doing. I was contributing to her pleasure, I think.
And then later on, two women.
There's someone in your bed. It's Mario, my husband. I think he wanted to surprise me. Let's surprise him.
Now that's a good wife.
Do you think he's into that? He's French. He's into everything.
I can't show you any part of what happened next.
Just finished. And my wife even decided that she preferred women. I was all alone. I was out in the cold. Washington is such a cold city. When you're alone in the middle of winter.
And that's pretty much
So
our
you went back to
film.
Europe.
I was on my way.
Alright, let's talk about Emmanuelle's Revenge. I have reviewed another movie on this channel already called Emmanuelle's Revenge, but that one had one M. This one has two, because this is an official Emmanuelle movie, and it stars Sylvia Crystal. If you've been watching my channel recently, I've been talking about how I'm going to watch all these again, and I'm going to review the ones that I haven't reviewed already. There were 6 sets of Emmanuelle movies that had 7 in each series. So there was a total of 42 movies in those 6 sets, as well as one bonus movie, Emmanuelle and Rio. This here is part of the second set of Emmanuelle movies, and the second set, all 7 of these, starred Sylvia Crystal and George Lazenby. If you saw the first review I did last week, Emmanuelle Forever, you'll know that the plot here is that Emmanuelle has found some sort of fountain of youth where she can take this perfume, some sort of elixir, that can turn her young again. In fact, she turns into the actress Marcella Wallerstein. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but whatever. Beautiful young actress. And then we see her in various escapades. She can also basically put herself in somebody else's body so she can act out for that person, sexually, of course. In this movie, it's basically, again, that they're on the airplane and they basically exchange stories, her and Mario, played by George Lazenby. And they're mostly Emmanuelle stories. However, in this one, we do get a story from Mario as well. Wallerstein, the young Emmanuelle here, she actually doesn't appear a whole heck of a lot in this movie. It's just other stories that Emmanuelle tells about this actress model named Chalamet, this dark-skinned woman who we see her lose a poker hand, and then she has to have a threesome in this hot restaurant somewhere, right there on the table in front of everybody. Nice. And we see also Mario tell a story about when he was in World War II. He was married and he had to go overseas, and he was involved in espionage. He was a spy for the good side. And then while he was there, he ended up falling in love with this woman on the telephone, this like switchboard operator. And at one point, she basically had phone sex. She told him to speak French for her, and she got off on that while listening to him. He comes back home and he finds his wife likes women. In fact, she has a lesbian thing in front of him. Because they think he's sleeping, but he's actually watching them. But then it turns out he actually wasn't into that. The wife says, "Is your husband into this? He's French. He's into everything." So, but I guess he wasn't into that. And then we cut back to Mario, modern times again, with Emmanuelle saying that, "Yeah, I found out my wife liked women," and he seemed kind of bummed by it. So whatever. Anyway, again, that's pretty much the movie. And again, nothing really much happens in this movie other than one sexual escapade to another. Nothing hardcore here. It's all soft. Plenty of nudity. Plenty of full frontal nudity from the women. Not the men, but plenty from the women. And like the previous movie and the other movies in this series, Sylvia Kristel does not get naked. Again, apparently she needed to appear in these films for some money because her husband had... she'd spent a lot of money on her husband's projects, which didn't pan out, movie projects and such. But anyway, that is Emmanuelle. So anyway, yeah. This movie is available on a set. It's a Blu-ray. There's a Blu-ray set of this, actually. I got this DVD set, which I've never seen anywhere else. It probably pops up on eBay periodically, but it's a nice one. The Blu-ray set probably looks even better. It's got all 70s. I think these are made for television. I don't know if they were made for television overseas. I don't remember these showing up on like Cinemax and such, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did. I don't know. I would have taped them, I think, if they would have, but they never showed up, as far as I know. So anyway, that is it. You can get these movies. They're still readily available. The Blu-rays are available, and you can get the DVD in several different forms. So it's out there. Check it out. Leave some comments. It's Emmanuelle's Revenge. Watch it. Bye.